As a competitor, if you're trying to do something meaningful, if you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already. And that's been my mindset since I can remember. That will be my mindset as long as I can remember anything, that I am the best ever at what I do. And every day that I step on the basketball floor, I will strive to be that. But my mindset will always be as such, as I am the best to do what I do. And that'll give me a shot at being the best. But before you can ever reach anything, you have to believe it. You don't just mistakenly become great at something.
You gotta play with your heart, with every ounce of fiber in your body. There's no room for second place. There's only one place, and that's first place.
All that stuff is the mindset of a champion. Thinking before acting. You got purpose for every action. Therefore, every action has a result.
You have to feed all of these things. You have to feed the love. You have to feed the competition. You have to feed the discipline. And that, to me, is the only way to stay balanced.
It's a great feeling to know that you set a goal for yourself. You were able to reach that goal and to knock it down.
You have to want it. You have to want to be better. And it starts off with you have to have pride in yourself.
Accept the challenge. And as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
You guys never really made it easy on yourselves in terms, but is that what goes along with trying to win the first one?
Well, that's what defines a champion. I'd much rather have this game be the way it was, us having to come back and fight from a deficit as opposed to just blowing it out, because then we have to test our championship skills and our determination.
Champions aren't found on the podium with their hand up. No, champions are found in lab studies. The thousands of hours of hard work when no one's watching. That's what makes the will unstoppable. When you're in here and no one else is.
Winning was fun. Beating someone's even better.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've always had that.
Do you believe you'll get 18 majors?
To be honest with you, no.
You don't?
No.
You've accepted that?
I've accepted I'm going to get more.
Why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? There's really no point. That will explain to my dad second sucks and third's even worse. I want to win. That's just my nature.
My all-time Mount Rushmore of golf. Probably Snead, Jones, Nicklaus, me.
The mindset's simple. Every tournament I enter to get that W, that's it. Period.
Nothing's ever going to be given to you. Everything's going to be earned. If you don't go out there and put in the work, you don't go out and put in the effort, one, you're not going to get the results. But two, and more importantly, you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it.
To be a winner, you want to be disciplined. You want to know what you're doing. And then you want to be on the edge where your skills are being developed. And if you're going to be on the edge where your skills are going to be developed, you're at a place where losing is always a possibility. Because otherwise you're not pushing yourself beyond your current capacity. Definition of a winner is someone who never let losing stop them.
He said, I failed over and over and over and over again. I failed. And that's why I succeeded.
I always think that there's two types of players who love to win and players who hate to lose. Which one are you?
I'm neither. I played to learn something, right? Because I think if you play with a fear of failure, or you play with the will to win, or that supersedes the fear of failure, I think it's a weakness either way.
A lot of people in general are afraid of failure. How did you become one of those people who doesn't seem to be afraid of failing?
It doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. Try to use those as a source of strength. At first, I think it's getting over the stigma of it being something that is embarrassing or a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of weakness. I think that's step one.
When he loses to a better fighter, that's not a big tragedy. The big tragedy in fighting is when a person loses to himself.
I can't win them all. I'm human. I'm just like y'all, man. I'm just like you. You might be a little better than me, but you human. You just like me, right? You just like me. You ain't no different. You just like me. You bleed just like I bleed. You cry just like I cry. You hurt just like I hurt. I ain't no different than you.
It starts with an undying will Belief that the journey you're about to embark on is a winnable course of action and that you can do it better than anyone's done it before. That belief is so ingrained in the will of the individual that creates the driving force of physical strength to turn into a maturity of something. If your day doesn't challenge you, don't ever expect to be changed by it.
You can try to put your feet in my shoes, they won't never fit. Cause you can't go through what I go through in my life. But just try. Just try to stick your foot in my shoes. Just for one, it ain't even gotta be a damn day. Just for 1 minute. Just for 1 minute. Stick your foot in my shoes and try to deal with what I go through in my life.
Why not just commit one time in your life to something? See what happens. There are no losers in the world of passion and commitment to something. No one loses there.
Whatever it takes to win the game, and you got to do whatever it takes. I mean, that's my job. Sometimes shots not gonna fall.
How bad do you want it? Or you already see yourself stronger from it before you enter it?
This is what happens. This is on the other side of overcoming. You become very, very powerful when you overcome yourself. All those things you once cowered from, you were afraid of, when you face them eye to eye every day.
Is there something wrong with being competitive? There's nothing wrong with it. There's something wrong with cheating. There's something wrong with being a tyrant. There's something wrong with winning unfairly. All of those things are bad. But you don't want people to win? What's the difference between trying to win and striving?
Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life?
Going to work every single day when no one's watching. Paying your dues every single day. There's only so much time in the day. And we can't let it pass by.
You have the chance to change your life, your family's life. You could be something very special. Don't you want to be champion? You could be champion of the world. And I didn't pay no attention to it. He said, really? You could be champion of the world. You could devastate the world. No man can take what you do. You just got to believe it.
Your lack of commitment is almost an insult to the people who believe in you.
Two forms of pain. Pain that breaks you and the pain that changes you. That's the pain of a change right there. That's the pain of progress. The pain that destroys you isn't this. It's later in life knowing you could have been more, and all that's left is you and the mirror and tears of a possibility left that you allowed to die. Own your life, guys. You have every opportunity. There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room.
Sometimes you just gotta say things just for what they are. Just for what they are. Passion is free. Nobody can charge you for passion. Nobody can tell you what passion looks like. Because that's all about you. Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate it. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. That's why it's the most isolated things in this earth right now. It's effort. And when you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, it's found through fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Blocking, tackling, until they get tired. Because you don't know what tired feels like. That's the only reason we do this.
If you guys believe you can do this, you can eat fucking Twinkies and become the man. I know there's no scientific evidence for that, guys. But I swear to you, obviously eating right, resting, having good cardio and everything else, all these things add up to equal weights and they're all very important. But none of them mean anything without the mental fucking state that today I'm no longer being a fucking loser. Because there's nothing worse in life than not being challenged, not having that anxiety, that fear factor. What if I lose? What if I don't? That moment is life. That's what's so great about it. Average is a weak mentality. We must believe it so much so that we're arrogant about it. We must be pissed off for excellence.